Once Upon a Time. Once Upon a Time was written by Nadine Gordimer, a world-famous novelist, short story essayist, and won Nobel Prize in 1991. The short story Once Upon a Time was one of her famous short stories. Her story began when she doesn't fall back to sleep, and so resolves to tell herself a bedtime story, and her story begins with a man and a woman who are happily married. They have a son whom they love dearly, a trustworthy housemaid and a skilled gardener. Their family is not insured against riots that are currently happening outside their city. To comfort their family and with the knowledge how cruel the riots might be, they installed an electronic gates at the front of their house. They also installed a series of metal coils notched with razor blades that whoever climbs through the coil will not be able to escape again. It will rip person's skin whenever they move. When night came, the woman reads her son the story of Sleeping Beauty, wherein the brave prince must fight his way through a dense thicket of thorns in order to save the Sleeping Beauty. The next day, the little boy pretends to be the prince and decides that the metal coils will be the thorns he must climb. As he wiggles his way into a metal coil, the blades wounded and pierce his skin and he screams in pain. The bleeding body of the boy is removed by heavy equipment, and all the persons in the house carry the remains of the young boy. My reflection of this is not all what we heard about is good to take into action. We must think about it twice or even more before doing something, because sometimes stories having those kind of heroism may have negative impact when applied in reality. We must better understand the concept of heroism in the imaginative world to a real world. The short story also shows the importance of protecting one world, one family, but also shows that we have to look for one another because accidents may take place anytime. It is a critic apartheid in South Africa, depicting a white family's paranoia about the black population. They install increasingly extreme security measures, culminating in a deadly system that tragically kills their own child. The story uses irony and satire to highlight the irrational fear and dehumanizing effects of racial segregation, ultimately illustrating how living in fear and isolation can have devastating consequences.